Silent Night. This story goes in a completely different direction than what I had thought strictly from the trailer. The trailer looked like a dinner party where somebody was targeting the guests and trying to kill them. But I openly admit that that was completely off base, and my apologies for taking that from the trailer, but that's kind of what the trailer had played this out to be, so that's what I was expecting. And going in expecting that and getting this, that just kind of leads to a whole new mess on a different level. Because Silent Night, it is about a family over in Europe, and Nell is the wife and mom, and she wants everything to be perfect. It's going to be this family gathering for Christmas, and she's going around, she's rushing, she's getting everything ready, she's trying to get the kids all together and cleaned up and just kind of ready to go before everybody arrives. Anybody that's ever planned a party, especially around the holidays, can understand the chaos and the hecticness of all of that. But what ends up happening is just completely in a different direction. As the family starts to gather together, things start to play out of what's really happening. And you might ask yourself, what is really happening? And here I'm going to be going into a bit more spoilers than what I typically would for a movie, but I think it's important in a movie such as this just to kind of give you fair warning. And some may still want to go see it, but I don't think it's going to be anybody that has a whole lot of common sense. This is definitely targeted to the Greta Thunberg generation, because she's even mentioned in this movie in a positive light. And needless to say, I do not see her in a positive light at all. But the movie Deputy side of it, that's a little bit different. This family is all gathering because they're preparing to commit suicide. The Russians are planning on releasing a gas on a particular date, which is going to be the day after this party. And the whole government has explained to the people the dangers of this gas, and so all of the citizens have received a suicide pill. And so this family and many other families throughout the country and throughout other areas are taking this pill to avoid being killed by this gas. But there's one member among them, a young boy named Art. It is her son. And I'd say he's 10, 12 years old-ish. But he was like, what if the scientists are wrong? People don't generally know they've made a mistake until they've made it. And he didn't want to take the pill because he didn't want to die. As the story kind of plays out, he ends up kind of running away from his family. And not like running away in the typical sense, but just like running down the road. They catch up to him, and he ends up getting exposed to some of the gas. So after they get him home, the rest of the family think that he has died because of how he presents. So they all think he's dead. And so everybody kind of goes through and they take these suicide pills. And the whole thing is about the government wouldn't lie to us. Trust the government. The government knows best. Another line in the movie is that pain is intolerable. That's why some people choose to die. And I mean, this is just a really dark, twisted drama of a movie. It's supposed to be a comedy about dying with dignity, but there is absolutely nothing to laugh about in this entire story. It is dark. It is misleading. It's just it feels like if Karl Marx and Jack Kevorkian had made a movie together, this would be it. And if you're not familiar with either of those names, then perhaps you should read up on them, because this is truly a movie that would have been like something that those two ideas would have fit well together. If you're wondering what I gave this on the movie Deputy scale, I actually gave this a 3 out of 10, which is, if you really must see this, wait till it comes out on Blu-ray or DVD. The score surprisingly would have been even lower had it not been for one thing. There is a twist in the last few seconds of the movie that almost redeem it, but just because of the weight of the entire story up to that point, it just doesn't quite get there.